really good ideas of how to make the place work better, master plans, brilliant architecture, all sorts of things going on there, being driven by our first speaker, John Rouse, the Chief Executive of Croydon. Over to you, John.
Afternoon, everybody. If we are at the start of a new upward curve in the economic cycle, then Croydon is absolutely determined to catch that curve early. We've always had fantastic locational advantages. Just 14 minutes away from Victoria, 12 minutes away from London Bridge, and 15 minutes away from Gatwick. 6.5 million people within an hour's travel by public transport, and just 8 miles from the M25. We also provide a fantastic environment for living as well as working, just a few minutes away from the North Downs and some of the best residential areas in the country to the south of the town centre. We have great access to skilled labour, with a very good education system made up of some of the best private schools in London and excellent state schools as well. And now backed up by a higher education offer where you can get a Sussex University degree in Croydon, studying in Croydon. The council, in terms of trying to catch that curve, is investing heavily in infrastructure, with support from the Mayor of London and through Transport for London as well, and with help from Network Rail. So, for example, we are investing at East Croydon Station in adding 35% capacity to that station with a new bridge comprising ticket access plus a 24-hour pedestrian access on site right now, being delivered by 2013. We're also expanding our tram network. We've invested with TfL in additional tram stock to enable us to open a line 4 and to increase the number of trams going through to Wimbledon. For us, it's all about rebalancing our town centre economy. We want more people living in Croydon as well as working there. We are, through our Opportunity Area Planning Framework, we want to see an additional 7,000 homes built in the town centre of Croydon over the next 15 to 20 years. Retail is also critically important. You'll hear in a few minutes about Hammerson's plans for Central, and I think it's well known that we are being fought over in terms of the future of the Whitgift Centre, and we hope that in a few weeks' time we'll know who will be taking forward that development as well. In terms of residential, clearly we need to be careful about phasing of release so that we don't saturate the market, and that means that our developers are collaborating to make sure that the offer is marketed as one. We already have permitted schemes for Stanhope Schroders, for Mentor, each side of East Croydon Station, 1 Lansdowne Road. Barclay Homes are already on site at Saffron Square, and we have schemes from Barratt to follow up West Croydon, and from John Lang and the council through our urban regeneration vehicle at the south end of the town centre. With Legal & General and Delancey now owning the mid-Croydon area, we'll expect them to be bringing forward proposals for another residential-led scheme with some retail in between our main shopping centres and the civic quarter. In terms of offices, we're very excited that through Abstract, and you'll hear from in a few minutes, that we've got planning application in now for a speculative office development of 100,000 square feet, and as you'll hear, if that planning consent is granted, they're not going to waste any time in terms of delivering that building on the ground. And we also secured last year 1 million square feet of lease renewals in one calendar year alone. But there is plenty of room for other developers and other investors. We have too much office stock that is past its sell-by date. We want to see some of that stock refurbished, we want to see some of it converted to residential, and we want to see some of it knocked down and replaced by either office or residential. And because we're looking to create a mixed-use environment, we're flexible in terms of what type of development happens where. All this is backed up by the quality of the council's own team. We have a major application service run by our Chief Planner, Mike Kiley, who's standing over there, which I think is second to none in Croydon in terms of facilitating development through the planning process. Through our economic development team, we can offer a business support package in terms of both getting developments underway and attracting occupiers into those resulting buildings. And because we're a member of 2 LEPs, both the London LEP and also Coast to Capital, we have all those connections in terms of internationalisation and inward investment in both the Gatwick Diamond and in the London metropolis. So our invitation to you is to come on board, get a piece of the action now at the beginning of that upward cycle and realise some real dividend down the line as Croydon takes off.